Hi people, welcome to a workout, yeah. I got asked the other day what this thing is when I'm sat on here, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's Spenby and it's from early to late 70s, yeah. It's like a rowing machine but smaller. You kind of all squat in. But the reason I like it is because it's got chest expanders in it that you can take off and use as chest expanders. But because it's spring loaded, it pushes you all the way to the end, so you can stretch the quads, and then you have to squeeze it all the way to that end where you can tense the quads, yeah. So you get a really good tensing workout. It's a lot like a leg press machine, and that's why I like it. Now, 10 minutes on this and you've really trained your legs. But when I say that, there's a misconception out there that to train legs or any body part you need to shift every weight, you need to be at a gym, yeah. Well listen, I've trained for years at a gym, yeah. And I had that same misconception myself for years, yeah. And I thought, when I finally couldn't train anymore in the gym because of several injuries, yeah, I was a bit gutted that I'd have to train at home. But I soon found out that I was wrong. You don't need big weights to gain muscle, yeah. Training's training. And it's all about how much you contract those muscles, how much you squeeze them, yeah. You can actually get big biceps squeezing them every day, yeah. Providing that you know the amount that you're squeezing your biceps. For example, 80% of your max is perfect. So if I squeeze that bicep 80% of its max, yeah, and I do that for a week, that bicep's going to get stronger, it's going to grow, because that 80% grows all the time as your biceps get bigger, yeah. So it's not all about weights, people, and this is why I use this, and it's how I use it. Because what I do, I don't just go from A to B like that. I actually full stretch with a mental squeeze of the calves, and a full push with a mental squeeze of the thighs, and a big squeeze as well, yeah. And I keep that going for 10 minutes. Now I don't get tired, but these burn out, yeah. And after 5 minutes they're finished, and that's how I know I'm doing them right. Right, so enough on the sculler. It's Bullworker day today, yeah. So I'm going to do 10 minutes on this, and then I'm going to get my Bullworkers out, yeah. Enjoy. Big squeeze. Right, I'm going to keep my glasses on for this because I can never see this writing. So I've got the classic. My last exercise that I did on this, I got to 140 on a grey spring. So off we go. I've got to either reach that target or beat it, preferably beat it, yeah. Seven, 150, so I beat it by 10. Getting quite difficult now, that, yeah. This shoulder twinged a little bit, but it wasn't that bad that I couldn't do it, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, same exercise, steel bar. Now, last time I did it with yellow spring and I got all the way to end, so I've moved on to grey spring, which is a bit harder. So I've set my marker to 0, so I don't know how far I can get with it. I'm just going to give it a squeeze. 7. So I squeezed 200, but then I kept an eye on it and it dropped to 90. So let's have a look. Yeah, 90 for 7 seconds. So that's not bad, that's nearly to end but not quite. So I'll write that down, see if I can progress from there. Now the X5, last time out I got to 60, so I've got to try and beat it or match it. Seven, oh, really is hard on that one, yeah. And I got to 70, so I'm happy with that, yeah. So I've increased by 10 on pretty much all of them, which I'm glad about. Right, so moving swiftly on, we're on to bicep curls now. Last time out with this, I got to 165 with yellow spring. So I've got yellow spring in. I'm going to start with the poly arm first, which is my weak arm. Just centre these up. Make sure they're in centre. So I've got to match or beat 165. I'm hoping I can beat it this time. Hold that. 7 seconds, and that did get to, I'm going to round it down to 175. It was in between 175 and 180. I like to round it down because it didn't quite get to 180. Right, so I've got to match I've got to match it on this side. This arm's easier because it's the strongest arm. Got no wrong with it. And as you can see, you can easily do it. Seven seconds, yeah. So that goes on the marker as 175. Right, so on to steel bow. I'm struggling to see what I did last time. I think it was 90, but I can't read my own writing. So I'm going to go on 90, see if that's anywhere near. It's got yellow spring in this now, not the, sorry, yeah, I've got the yellow spring in, not the grey one. So pull. Just gets to 90. Ah, 7. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Oh, 100. An improvement. I didn't even think it had gone past, but it has. Easy arm now. Seven. So yeah, that's an improvement. That's 100. Climbing up that ladder nicely, yeah, making progress. Right, so we move on to X5, yeah. By the way, rest time, people, the internet, it's just a matter of writing it down straight back onto it, yeah. So it was on 55. I've got to match or beat that, yeah. Start with a really poorly weak arm. That's an improvement. Ah, 7. That got to 60. Which I'm pleased about that, to be fair, because it was really poor last week. Match it. Even though this arm's stronger a lot. Seven. Nice. So that's 60. Again, an improvement. Right, so we're back on classic. Got yellow spring in. I've got to get to 215 or beat it, yeah? So, right arm pull. 7. That's a nice 235. Nice improvement. So right hand pull, left hand pull even. Seven. Ooh. 235. Yeah, 235. Happy with that. Right, swiftly onto the little steel bow. So it's set on 90 because that's what I did last time, yeah. So I'm going to do right hand pull first. Match or beat. Oof. All the way to the top, 120. So that spring gets changed next week, providing I can do the same with this side. Oof, a lot harder. There's no pull on this arm, yeah, but it did it. I can move up in springs, yeah, all the way to end 120. Well happy with that, yeah. So it just shows you these little things you can progress through springs, and that's how you're gaining muscle, yeah, because you're going up all the time, yeah, you're increasing. Right, so the old X5, I got to 65 on that one last time, so I'm going to do right hand pull. And that landed on 75. So swap. Oh, 75, nice, yeah. That felt hard, that. Right, this next exercise I've been doing for a while, and for a while I've been thinking I'd do it a certain way. But when I re-look at the old manual, yeah, it's not the bicep exercise, double bicep exercise that I originally thought it was. It's an older one, and they used to hold it there in the groin and push down with a lat. Yeah. So I've been getting it wrong by trying to hold it there and push down like that because it's not the double bicep version. So I need to start all over again. I do apologise, I've been doing it wrong. So I'm setting to 190. I've got a funny feeling now I do it a different way based on lats. I'm going to get it all the way down. So this exercise, you rest your hand in that groin there, yeah, and with this hand you pull down using the lat, right? So I do apologise, I started off wrong. And you pull straight down, straight away 260. Seven, and that actually feels a lot better on my bad joint, to be fair, so I'm glad I've been doing it wrong because I don't like the bicep version. Right, so in the groin, pull down using the lat. Seven, and when doing that way, yeah, so obviously I've clocked that machine now, but when I did it that way on the left hand, I can feel where I have snapped this tendon, and it's somewhere there. I can feel there's a problem there now, yeah, and that's where the tendon snapped. So move on to this little steel bone now, yeah. So pull down, all the way down, easy. Seven, repeat that on this side. Seven, and that's all the way to end 120, yeah. So that's another clock into that machine. So now we move on to X5. I was stuck on 50 last time. Let's see what I do with this. Seven, oh nice. That was 100. Gonna match that. Ooh, 100. Now that really did pull on that bad shoulder. Yeah, I just managed to hold it though, and I'm happy with that 100, yeah. Nearly clocked that machine as well. Right, my least favourite exercise on the Bullworker, the twisty one. I can never quite get it right. But I'm on 140, I've got to beat that. Seven. Now that kind of slotted into place this time. I got to 160, which is an improvement, and I kind of got the exercise, yeah. I like that one at last. Right, so if you remember this one from last week, it's impossible to do that. So basically, I just held it there and squeezed it. And that's as much as I can squeeze it to, because my hand's in way. Seven, and that ended up on 55, so it's an improvement. So now we're on to X5, and I got to 45 last time. And if you remember, I just used these handles and pushed that way. Seven, oh, and that's 55, yeah. So that's another improvement. So next is the shoulder exercise. Now I struggled with this, remember last week, because I was hurting. So let's see if I can improve on this. And it does, and that is 245. I'm well impressed with that, yeah. Went from 215 to 245. So last time out on this exercise, I clocked it to end. So now I've put a grey spring in, it's even harder. So it's anybody's game now. Let's see. Oof. 75. Oh, I really felt that then. So on to X5. I didn't do very well on this at all last time. Got to 50. Ah. 60. An improvement. Well impressed with that. Right, final exercise. I'm on 195 on yellow spring. I've got to match or beat that, yeah. Seven, and I beat it. It got to 210 onto the little steel bar now. I've got 90 on the yellow spring to match or beat. I'm going to round that down to 100 because it was on 105 but it kept dipping below. Right, last but not least, the old X5. 55 to match or beat. Let's go. Wowzers. Stuck on 55, I'm afraid. It went back. It does stick, that machine though, that's an excuse. That's my excuse, it does stick. But that's that workout over. Short, sharp, to the point, yeah. Now, don't expect a pump like you'd get in gym on a Bullworker when you're only doing isometrics, yeah. It's different. It's kind of a growing exercise, yeah. You feel it later and you do grow, yeah. But don't expect to be blasted out, pumped out. You do get a pump, but yeah, it's more of a growing workout, yeah. A lot of people don't get, you know, isometrics. They don't get it at all, yeah. And it's probably because they come from a training background with weights like me. That's where I come from in my younger days. And I didn't get this machinery at all, even though I had it all as a kid, yeah. Just didn't get it. But it really, really is good stuff, yeah. And it really, really does build strength and quick. I mean, when I first started with these Bullworkers, you wouldn't have seen that getting squeezed right to end like that, as easy as that, yeah. You wouldn't have seen it. And that's what miraculous strength that these build. And quick as well. They don't mess about, yeah. And it's like proper man strength, yeah. You can have hold of something and you'll just squeeze it. And it just takes a lot of getting used to the way that you train like that. But the Bullworker is a really, really valuable piece of equipment that I believe personally should be in everybody's training arsenal, yeah, because it's fantastic. Right, with that said, I'm done, yeah. Nice workout, enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it, and I went upscale on everything, I think, yeah. So I'm going to be happy when I write that into my diary properly. Good workout, yeah. You lot keep training.